All right, buckle up, everyone. We're diving deep into the crypto world today.
Yeah, and we've got some pretty interesting stuff to cover.
For sure. We've got the latest market report from Crypto Deep Dive and some breaking news headlines that are going to make you rethink.
Oh, yeah, definitely rethink some things.
So, ready to uncover some hidden gems?
I'm ready. Let's go.
All right, let's jump right in.
The overall market cap is up a bit,
It is, yeah.
but underneath that surface,
Yeah, what's going on underneath?
things are getting pretty wild.
Okay, so let's start with something wild. Official Trump coin, up 11%.
11%. That's a big jump.
It is. What's driving that?
I don't know, maybe some renewed political buzz?
Maybe.
Or could it be, remember Dogecoin? All that social media hype?
So you're saying sentiment, even if it's, meme-driven, can still...
Oh, yeah, definitely. It can really impact prices, especially for those newer coins.
Okay, well, let's move on to something a little more, I don't know, concrete.
Okay, sounds good.
Lido, DAO, LDO, up over 10%. What's their story?
So Lido plays a really crucial role in Ethereum staking.
Ethereum staking, okay.
Yeah, so you can lock up your Ethereum to help secure the network,
Okay.
and you can earn rewards while doing it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and Lido makes it easier for people to get involved in that whole process.
So more people staking Ethereum, more demand for Lido, it makes sense.
Yeah, exactly.
But why is this all happening now?
Well, there's a big reason for that. The Ethereum Foundation,
Okay.
they just invested $120 million.
Wow. $120 million.
Yeah, in various DeFi platforms.
Okay. So they're really saying,
They're basically saying we believe in this.
wow, that's a big statement.
Yeah, it is.
So Lido's success, is this like a sign that this whole DeFi thing is about to...
It could be. It's definitely a strong indicator. And we're seeing that confidence reflected in other parts of the ecosystem as well.
Like with SUI, SUI, another big gainer this week?
Yep, up over 9%.
9%. What are they doing right?
Well, they're competing in the layer 1 blockchain race. They want to build a faster, cheaper, more scalable blockchain.
So faster transactions, lower fees.
Potentially, yeah.
That sounds pretty appealing.
Yeah, it does.
But what about the other side of things, the coins that are down?
Right, yeah.
What's happening there?
Well, I mean, some dips, they're to be expected, right?
Yeah,
Volatile market.
totally.
Bigot token, BGB, it's down over 8%.
Okay.
Could be market jitters, some news about the exchange, or just a natural correction.
So nothing to be super alarmed about.
Not necessarily. Sometimes these dips can actually be a good thing for savvy investors.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. But of course, always do your research, understand the risks.
Good advice. Good advice. What about Tron? TRX, down almost 4%?
Yeah, Tron is facing some regulatory headwinds.
Oh, okay.
As crypto gets more attention, governments are taking notice.
Right.
They're stepping up their scrutiny
Yeah.
and navigating all those legal complexities.
Yeah, for sure.
It's a big challenge for these crypto projects.
So this dip, could this be a sign of things to come for other projects that are dealing with?
Yeah, I think it definitely highlights how important regulatory compliance is in this space.
Okay, that makes sense.
Projects that can handle that are going to have a serious advantage.
For sure. All right, last one on our list. Celestia, TIA, down about 3%.
3%. What's their story?
It's hard to say for certain, but it could just be profit-taking after a price surge or just the market doing its thing.
So sometimes a dip isn't a sign of panic, just...
Exactly. Fluctuations are normal.
Yeah.
Especially in a market like crypto.
It's all part of the ride.
It is. It is.
Speaking of a wild ride, let's talk about Tether versus JPMorgan. This is getting a lot of attention.
Yeah, this is like classic traditional finance
Oh, yeah.
trying to figure out crypto.
For sure.
JPMorgan analysts, they suggested that Tether...
The company behind the largest stablecoin.
Right. They said Tether might have to liquidate their Bitcoin holdings because of these upcoming stablecoin regulations in the U.S.
And Tether was not having it. No, they were not.
They fired back pretty hard,
Oh, yeah.
defending their strategy.
They basically said, don't bet against us.
Yeah, basically.
It's interesting, though, this tension between the old and the new.
It really is.
These established institutions trying to grapple with this disruptive force.
Totally. So what does this mean for the average investor?
I think it's a good reminder that crypto is still relatively new.
It is.
It's evolving. There's going to be volatility, regulatory challenges,
Yeah.
and there will be disagreements about how it all fits into the bigger picture.
So buckle up, basically.
Yeah, buckle up, but it's exciting.
Oh, absolutely. All right. Now, for a little surprise, Russia, they've had a complicated relationship with crypto.
To have.
They are finding some creative ways to tap into the market.
They are. A Russian brokerage called Phenom is offering these structured notes
Right.
that are linked to BlackRock's Bitcoin ETF. Yeah, so this allows qualified investors in Russia to actually get exposure to Bitcoin, even with all the restrictions.
Wow. So even in a country where crypto is really tightly controlled,
Yeah,
there's still that demand.
there is. It just shows you the global appeal of this.
Absolutely.
It's an alternative investment.
For sure. All right, let's talk about something a little concerning. Bitcoin outflows.
Yeah.
Almost $500 million pulled out of the market
Wow.
by both retail and institutional investors.
That's something to keep an eye on.
Yeah.
It could be a sign that people are getting pessimistic about Bitcoin's future.
Okay.
Maybe worried about the economy or regulations.
But could it be a case of buy low, sell high?
It could be. Maybe some investors are taking profits while others are getting nervous.
Right. Volatility cuts both ways.
It does. It creates opportunities for both gains and losses.
Very true. Okay, let's end on a positive note. Solana's getting some attention from a big player in traditional finance.
Yes, Taurus, a company backed by Deutsche Bank.
Wow, Deutsche Bank.
They just launched a platform built on Solana,
Okay.
and it's going to make it easier and more secure for banks to manage digital assets on the Solana blockchain.
So a big name like Deutsche Bank embracing Solana. Is this a sign that institutional adoption is finally happening?
It could be. It definitely indicates that interest is growing,
Okay.
and that could lead to more adoption and development within the Solana ecosystem.
That would be huge. Remember earlier when we talked about the Ethereum Foundation's big investment in DeFi?
Yeah, $120 million.
It seems like they're really putting their money where their mouth is.
They are. It's not just financial support.
Right.
It's the show of confidence they believe in this.
They believe in a decentralized future.
It seems like it. And that commitment from someone like the Ethereum Foundation can have a huge impact.
Okay, this next one might surprise you. Mastercard.
Okay.
They're now tokenizing 30% of their transactions.
30%. That's a lot.
It is, and it's really significant because tokenization is a concept that comes straight from the crypto world.
Yeah, it is. It's a way to represent real-world assets digitally.
So is Mastercard taking a page from the crypto playbook to try and compete with stablecoins?
Possibly. The lines between traditional finance and crypto are getting blurrier.
They really are.
We're seeing more and more overlap in terms of technology and concepts.
For sure, but with all this innovation comes risk, right?
It does.
Like we saw with Liquidity V2's stability pool shakeup.
Yeah, that was a big one. Liquidity V2 is a DeFi lending protocol.
Okay.
Stability pools are super important for keeping it stable.
Right.
But recently, there were warnings about potential issues, and that led to $17 million in outflows.
Okay, so even in this new world of DeFi,
Even in DeFi.
there are still risks.
Absolutely. It's still early days. You got to be cautious. Do your research before jumping in.
Good reminder. All right, what's next on our crypto roller coaster?
Let's talk about Coinbase. They're going back to India.
They're going back. They left in 2023. What changed?
It seems like the regulatory landscape in India is shifting,
Okay.
at least towards offshore crypto platforms.
Okay.
So that creates an opportunity for Coinbase.
To get back into that massive market.
Exactly.
Wow, so they're really taking advantage of this regulatory shift.
Yeah, it shows how quickly things can change in crypto.
For sure. And companies have to be adaptable
They do.
to seize these new opportunities. Speaking of seizing opportunities, Robinhood,
Oh, yeah.
their crypto revenue skyrocketed.
Skyrocketed 700% in the last quarter.
Wow, 700%. That's incredible.
It is. It shows that these mainstream
From
platforms,
Robinhood,
yeah, they're seeing huge demand for crypto services.
and their stock price is up.
It is.
It's like the traditional financial world is finally waking up to this.
I think it's getting harder and harder
Yeah,
for even the biggest institutions to ignore it.
totally. All right, last but not least, CME Group.
Yeah.
A global derivatives marketplace. They're seeing record trading volumes in crypto derivatives.
That's huge. It shows that institutional interest in crypto, it's not just a fad.
It's here to stay.
It's here to stay, despite all the uncertainty.
Big players are getting involved.
They are.
All right, so even with all the ups and downs, it seems like crypto is here to stay.
It does. We're witnessing something new here.
Yeah.
A new financial paradigm.
It's pretty amazing.
It is. It's going to be fascinating to see how it all unfolds.
I can't wait to see what happens next.
Me too. Me too. It's like these two worlds are colliding.
It is. It is. So what does this mean for someone like me? I'm not, a Wall Street hotshot, but I am intrigued by this whole crypto thing.
Well, I think it means we're living in a time of huge change.
Yeah.
And opportunity, the financial landscape is changing. Anyone can be a part of it.
But honestly, it's kind of overwhelming. There's so much happening. Where do I even start?
Well, that's what deep dives like this are for. We're cutting through all the noise and trying to highlight what's really important, the trends you need to know.
Okay, that makes sense. So based on everything we've talked about, what are the big takeaways here? What should I be paying attention to?
Well, first off, institutional interest in crypto is definitely growing.
It seems like it.
We're seeing those big players, Mastercard, Deutsche Bank, CME Group, they're all getting involved.
Yeah, it's hard to ignore. It's like they're betting on crypto for the long term.
Yeah, exactly. And that tells me it's not just a fad, it's becoming a legitimate asset class.
Okay, so it's gaining acceptance, but there's still a lot of uncertainty,
Yeah.
especially with regulations.
Absolutely. Regulations are changing all the time, and that creates challenges, but also opportunities.
Yeah.
Governments all over the world are still figuring out what to do with this new technology.
So it's still kind of like the Wild West out there.
In some ways, yeah, but that also means there's a lot of room for innovation and growth.
What about DeFi? Is that something I should be looking into?
DeFi is super exciting, tons of potential. We're seeing all kinds of new financial products and services popping up.
But like you said earlier, it's important to be cautious, right? Do your research.
Yeah, absolutely. DeFi can be complicated, and there are risks.
Okay.
But if you're willing to learn and take some calculated risks, the rewards could be big.
So basically, stay informed, be adaptable, and maybe don't go all in on any single crypto project.
I think that's a smart approach. Crypto changes so fast, you got to be flexible.
It's amazing to think about how much has changed in just a few years.
Right.
I mean, crypto used to be this niche thing that only tech people talked about.
It's true. It's come a long way.
And who knows what the next few years will bring.
Right.
It's exciting and scary all at the same time. I guess that's part of what makes it so interesting, right?
Yeah, exactly. Crypto is full of surprises. It's a roller coaster, but it's definitely a ride worth taking.
Well said. Thanks for being my guide in this crazy world.
You're welcome. I'm glad you found it helpful. Just remember, the crypto world is full of surprises. Enjoy the ride. Who knows what amazing things you'll find.
That's a great way to put it. And on that note, we'll leave you with this. As crypto becomes more and more part of our lives, what role will you play? Will you just watch from the sidelines, or you jump in and be a part of this revolution? The choice is yours.